With Facebook, Twitter, Bebo and LinkedIn now seemingly everywhere these days, social networking has truly come of age, and FX is no exception. Traders are eager for advice from people they trust, friends, acquaintances and colleagues alike. Barely 2 years ago, social trading in FX was unknown. Tradeo is a new kid on the block and maturing quickly, and has now given rise to increasing interest in social networking for retail FX traders. I spoke recently to Tradeo's CEO, Jonathan Adest, and began by asking him what was the main reason behind the rise of retail FX network.
So in my opinion, retail Forex traders find that it's very difficult for them to be profitable in this market. They're missing a lot of information. They feel like the more professional institutional traders have a lot more information than what they are accessible to. So they're looking for all different types and kinds of, whether it's social, obviously, but other systems as well, which will help them to get more information and to hopefully become more successful traders. I think that's the main reason, because social has a lot of information inside, but all of it is completely free. It's users sharing between each other and together. It's sort of like the wisdom of the crowds. They're able to get a very interesting sort of view of the market, which they wouldn't have been able to without such a network such as this. So I think the main thing, but is just traders are looking to be more profitable and are looking for more information to help them achieve that goal.
So it's essentially about the importance there is providing traders with somewhere, a forum in which to learn various trading techniques as well. Exactly.
It's also learning trading techniques. It's also, I think, it's also seeing what other people are doing and trying to make a decision based on that. So if I'm following 10 people and 5 of them just shorted euro-dollar, that's a pretty good indication that maybe something is going on and I should go and get in on the fun as well. Additionally, they get a lot of feedback back. So for more starting traders, when they're trading and other people will see those trades, they could, they'll right away see that someone liked it, which is a very strong indication that they're slowly learning and learning together.
Do you think it's something that has cropped up in conversation recently, actually, but do you think this has the potential to skew the markets in a certain way that hasn't ever happened before? Well, you said the expression you used was crowd mentality, as it were, and crowd behaviour. This is something entirely new to the FX marketplace, isn't it?
Well, it's true. It's entirely new for the FX market, but if you really look at financial trading, regardless of its FX, equities, commodities, it's almost non-existent almost anywhere. I think there's a few reasons. Right. I think there's a few reasons for that. 10 years ago, this would never have been possible. But mainly people are kind of private about this kind of information, and they're not so keen on sharing it with others. But with what's going on with Facebook and Twitter and Pinterest, that people are sharing like never before, what social trading is, just one level up. Instead, let's share information which is then valuable. I think now is when it's starting to take off in all different types of markets. FX, without doubt, is the most innovative market with the most different offerings and tools at this point in comparison to other trading markets. But hopefully we'll see this going out to other markets as well.
But it has the real potential to move a market significantly, doesn't it? I mean, you would get thousands of people potentially all following the same trading pattern, say in dollar-yen. We haven't really seen it yet, but I can envisage a time when the market will be completely led by the traders.
Right, absolutely. One of the, there's actually a little bit of a problem with that because that scares everyone also. But so in FX, it's going to be very difficult to really move the market by the individual traders, even if thousands are together on one trade. But so which is also why FX is, in my opinion, the best market to learn how to do social trading. When we'll get into other markets, it's going to be much more complicated because absolutely the stock will move when a lot of people will be trading on it together.
Interesting. It'll be interesting to see how the regulators in different jurisdictions react to that.
Well, we know regulators. First of all, they'll have a problem with it, and then they'll realize that the world moves faster than they do. So
that's reassuring in itself, isn't it? So moving to the platform itself, how does the Tradeo platform How can it be seen to differ from others in the space? I know that it's a young market as such at the moment, but you're obviously looking to leverage a specific area of it.
Right. So it is on the one hand the young market. On the other hand, there already is quite a few companies out there who are trying to get into social trading. In my opinion, many have missed what social trading is at the base of it, and that's what we're trying to do at Tradeo. For example, we're not a broker. We don't want to be a broker. We don't believe that social could ever be a broker. It would be like Facebook would be owned by the advertisers. Instead, we need to allow a system in which is also Tradeo is built for traders. We obviously work very close in hand with a lot of different brokers around the world, but the one, I would say the only one who really manages and prioritizes our roadmap is the users and the traders themselves. So new features that come out are not features that brokers wanted, which you should usually not want. It's the feature that the traders wanted and that they were looking for. And they even moved out of social. I'll just give you an example. Our new system that's going up now, the Social Trader, which is the web platform built ground up of social inside. So you'll be looking at the euro-dollar chart, which moves in real time with the market, but also in real time shows you what other people are trading, people that you're following. And that's obviously very social too. But on the other hand, we got a lot of requests from users of very core functionalities that's missing in their trading platforms. One example is multi-close positions. You have 5 positions open on the euro dollar. There's no reason why you would click one after the other. So we added that in as well. I think being a company that the product development is driven by the traders and the users themselves on the one hand, and additionally having a completely third-party view of this whole market where we are not a broker and our profit is, comes from a very small connectivity fee. That is the main difference between us and everyone else. The last thing, which again is regards to the vision of social, is that we're an open network. So you could trade at a broker number 1, I'll trade at broker number 2, and we could still see each other, copy each other. Between those two brokers, actually even be between 2 different trading platforms, we will still copy the trade between the both of us, Tradeo, which allows really a big network of a lot of traders, no matter where they're trading, to connect easily, to connect for free, and to communicate and collaborate together on their trading.
So you've implemented quite an aggressive approach to finding out what traders require. I remember covering the banking industry years ago, and they would always trot out the old mantra that they were listening to their customers, but it seems that you're actually doing that.
Yeah, exactly. So we prefer not to say that we're listening. We actually prefer to develop and show that we're listening.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's a big difference, but 100%.
So how do you acquire your traders, and how will you do that going forward, then?
So we do it from a few different angles. Number one is viral. It's actually, I would say, about 50% of our users today are registering completely virally through the recommendation of their friends. Obviously, Facebook and Twitter helps us with that because we connect. So you'll see information going inside there, which will then link back to Tradeo. But it's the users who appreciate the value in what we bring them and then are happy to bring other friends and users back in. That's number one. Number two.
And that's why you've got to, if I can interrupt there, that's why you've got to get it right, I guess, because it's a double-edged sword. If you screw up, then they'll let you know and they'll let each other know as well.
Exactly. That's also another thing, in my opinion, what some brokers might be a little worried about when they look at Tradeo is that, oh my God, this is a place where, there is actual transparency between traders, and we don't really want that. So we allow that, obviously, because we do believe in it, but it is you have to be on game and make sure that everything works well all the time and that you're aligned with the users. The second way that we bring in users is through partnerships with websites, whether it's campaigns or all different types of partnerships, because we already now find that our offering is very unique and very attractive to the traders. It's a free social network that they've been hearing about without them having to leave their broker where they're currently trading. So luckily that's working out for us very well. All different types of partnerships, obviously campaigns as well. The third, and again, it's not in importance this order, but also very important, are the brokers themselves. So a lot of brokers that sign up help us push out to their network of their users So their users will have a more unique offering, will have more fun trading, will hopefully be more profitable, although we can't change the world, all by ourselves. They'll have to actually learn from everything they see, and they help us grow through that as well. So those are the three main ways that we bring in users.
And that neatly brings us on to the broker question, and that obviously you are very keen on forging these special relationships with brokers. What criteria do you employ to choose your broking partners?
So there's two types of partnerships that we have with brokers. The first one is a connectivity partnership, which just allows the users and the traders of that broker to connect into Tradeo. With that, we're pretty easy. We don't really care too much about who the broker is because it doesn't have much to do with our brand and our offering. It's just that broker is now supported within the network. We're doing lots of those signups all the time. The second type of broker partnerships are the partnering brokers. These are brokers that we will also refer users back to if they're looking for a trading account. A lot of users today Tradeo because they're actually new to the market and they're familiar with social from their everyday life, and they see that they could vision the advantage that they have, so they'll come to us to sign up, to start looking, and then they'll also approach us and say, you are the broker, so who do you recommend? Now, obviously, us as Tradeo, we see a lot of data like no one else could see. So we know the spread of all the brokers. We know the quality of the feed of all the different brokers. We know if there are requotes, if there's slippage, because we connect to so many different instruments and so many different brokers. When we choose a partnering broker, they must be regulated. That's an absolute must. They must have a very quality of feed, so everything will work well. We don't want to find ourselves sending people to a broker who isn't one of the best in the world, and obviously pricing as well. Commissions and spreads must be competitive, very competitive. So again, we will continue building a brand that users will accept and see as someone worth listening to.
And going back to the actual offering, I was interested to see, because it's ubiquitous now, sort of a technological advance, is a cloud trader functionality. Could you just explain a little bit about that?
So we're actually just now releasing. We're changing things a little bit around. So we're going to now have two different products. They're all obviously connected and then from the same. It's all under Tradeo. But there's going to be the copy trader, and then there's going to be the social trader. The social trader is a web platform, which is social, as I mentioned before, with your personalized spreads and your personal positions account. It would also be multiple accounts, so you could have two brokerage accounts on two different platforms even, and see all of them from one dashboard. That is the social trader. The copy trader is the ability to copy other traders. So you'll go into Tradeo, you look at our traders page, and then you could either follow them, which means you'll see everything they do and all the broadcast polls or signals that they send, or you could copy them and have us automatically copy their positions on your behalf. We researched quite a lot into how to do this. We came up with two different models. The first is our simple copying, which is sort of the status quo in today's market of how to copy other traders, which isn't very good. It is popular because it's very simpler to understand, but we don't recommend it. It just says every time I copy another trader, it'll be the same position size, which doesn't make a lot of sense because a successful trader obviously uses different position sizes based on his investment strategy. So that's our dynamic copying that we also allow, which is very advanced, much more complicated to develop. What it does is it opens positions with a dynamic size based on the leverage that the leader, the user that you are copying, is using on his account. And that allows us to more or less mimic, there are all kind of other things that we can't obviously always manage, but it more or less mimics your gain and my gain will be similar, even if we were across two different brokers and two different platforms using the dynamic copying system, which is also one of our very unique features as well.
And is that developed in-house, Jonathan, or do you have a third party involved in that?
No, we do all the development in-house completely. We're also very, very much technology focused and driven. So most of the company, I would say 90% of our personnel are developers. That's what we're currently focusing on. That's our stage.
And if you could just take our users through a quick whistle-stop tour of your suite of trading tools, that would be good.
Yeah. If I go take them through I didn't understand that question, sorry.
If you could just take us through your suite of trading tools that you offer your your users?
Oh, absolutely. So the trading tools, number one, as I mentioned a minute ago, is the copy trader to copy other users on our network. The second is you could execute regular manual positions, but with social data to help you make those decisions, as I said, directly from the chart as well. So you'll see euro dollar, you'll make a decision, you could execute it directly from us and close those positions, as well as the copied ones you could close from us. A very actually popular feature that we have as well is signals. So if you're following someone and he just sent out a manual signal recommending, buy euro dollar, and you write a comment, why does he think that should happen? You could then, if you believe in it, number one, you'll see who likes it, who executed it, in your friends. And if you agree, you could execute that position with one click directly from Tradeo, which will then be passed on to your broker for execution. So those are the three main ways to trade from Tradeo: signals, manual, and automatic copying.
And I know you can't divulge anything that's any specific secrets you have coming up, but obviously it's a very innovation-driven business. Are there any new developments that you can share with us which are in the pipeline?
Well, number one, this is the new development that's not out yet, but will be out in just a few days, is our social trader that we've been working on now for about 4 months, and you'll see that next week already. Other than that, what I could say is absolutely more platforms. We now support MetaTrader 4 and Act. We are already working on supporting other platforms as well. I can't yet know or share the prioritizing of which ones will come first, because it also has to do with complexity, and that'll help us make a decision. But all the big names will be here over the next few months. Additionally, mobile apps. We have a lot of requests from our users for that. It's a great opportunity. Mobile trading is becoming very, very popular, and social mobile could actually really be a brilliant innovation, in my opinion, where you could be getting a signal pushed to your smartphone, no matter if you're in the middle of a meeting. This top trader that you're following and you like just sent a signal. You'll just click on it, and we'll automatically take care of everything. You won't need to find your MetaTrader or a computer. Do it directly from your phone. Don't even remember your login to your platform. So those are the two big things: more platforms, more mobile, actually new mobile, and obviously smaller features inside the network are always keep coming. We push an update actually for all the users who are already realized that every Friday night, just when the trading session stops, about an hour later, Tradeo goes down for 2 minutes and new features come up. I don't think there's a week that we've missed in the last 6 months. So just keep refreshing every Friday night. You'll see always new stuff and new additions and new designs coming out there.
That's pretty impressive, Jonathan. So you see the future is definitely a mobile one.
Absolutely. I think mobile is already proven to be super successful. And the users absolutely love it. I think social and mobile is the next big opportunity. I think a lot of users really do find it's very comfortable. It's not so easy, but on the development, on the product side, which is why we're careful with releasing a product, because you really need to figure out how to show all of this information. I mean, when you're trading on your computer, you'll usually have, at least one large screen, usually even more than that. It's easy to push a lot of information to you. But now, how do we prioritize that information to your small little iPhone or Android phone? That's more of it's going to be quite complicated, but I'm sure we'll have something working very soon.
Watch the space, as they say.
Exactly.
Okay, Jonathan, thank you very much indeed for joining us, and thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.